Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your faves, Kevin and Nazim, featuring Jake, Gwenny, Gwenisha, Idita, CPL Johnson.
Morning. But guess what? Just me.
She's abandoned us today.
Yeah, it's just me.
She abandoned us today.
You're not still. I love us still.
It's usual Gwen things.
Yeah. Hey, that's the thing, yeah. When you got people in your life and you know how they be, you just sack a card in you. You just sack a card in, that's all. Don't stress. I tell you, that's the best advice I got from my grandmother. Watch it, when you know people, don't stress out yourself. Just act a card in.
Mm-hmm. That's a big deal, honestly. Just adjust accordingly.
My Kevin.
Don't get a dog and expect it to meow.
I'm telling you. Bye.
That's your daily jam.
Bye. You don't even know how
a dog and expect it to meow.
You don't even understand how timely that word of advice is, given the morning I've had already. November. That we are going to.
Here we are. Oh, what's the date? Let me give you the date today. So it is November 1st, 2021, and the time is 8:10 a.m. So we are officially in the second to last month of the year.
How are we here again? How are we here again already?
Don't know.
I
should tell you because I don't even know. Okay.
November gonna be.
I guess.
Yeah, November gonna be.
Special one.
Bye.
Is that what we calling it?
Sometimes I don't feel like I need to be like that dude Jolo. You know Jolo? This Malaysian billionaire scammer guy.
I didn't think so.
It was like this big, the guy who funded Wolf of Wall Street, like this Malaysian guy, the movie. He was a big scammer and funded a movie. But anyway, like basically he went off with billions and billions and billions of dollars. Like pretty much makes all the other scams seem insignificant by comparison. And nobody know he be now. Like he has enough money where he could literally just disappear. He might actually be a Mars. That's how much money he got.
Hey.
I just be like, he might have been onto something, cause sometimes I just want to disappear by. I just want to go somewhere and have no worries and relax all day. But I don't have the capital for it yet. Working on it though.
Maybe working on it.
Oh boy. How was? See, I just ask you how was your weekend, and it's like I already know. And even make me feel bad because my weekend was like, you know how all other scams paled in comparison to Jolo's scam? All my weekends paled in comparison to your weekends.
I beg to disagree. My weekend was calm.
Okay. Was it filled with prosecco?
Yes.
Anything less would be uncivilized.
Anything less would be completely uncivilized. Boy.
My weekend,
See, my weekend was calm. Just a quiet night and day.
Oh, well, yeah, I remember I know. So my Friday night, I went and was a part of the candlelight vigil for Mr. Anthony Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
That was put on by Inception Fete, and so in true Inception Fete fashion, it was not merely a sad affair. It was more a celebration of things that Mr. Johnson enjoyed by people who would have experienced some of his happiest times with him. So that was that. Saturday was chill for me. Saturday was chill for me, and then yesterday evening was work. So yeah, welcome November.
Welcome November.
Welcome November. Here we go.
Are we anticipating anything in November? I don't think so.
I might have been one of the only 4 or 5, maybe 6 people that didn't go to the breast cancer walk on the weekend. So kudos to everybody who participated in that. That's become a real staple on the events calendar.
Which is good.
Yeah, for sure. A lady said, I saw a lady in the supermarket afterwards, and I was like, "Oh, you wake up early, man." She said, "Yeah, man, I went walk for the cure, but we ain't find it yet, so we're going again next year."
Oh, wow.
I was like, Miss.
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't know if that's...
I don't think that's how that works. But I am optimistic.
I was tempted to ask her if that's the only time she walks in a year, but
it could be for a lot of people.
It could be. But if you're going to walk for our cause, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's a good cause to walk for sure. I know a lot of people like make it a staple to attend every year. I don't think I've ever been to one of the walks in St. Kitts. I've done them in other countries, but not St. Kitts.
Yeah,
it's probably a timing thing. I can't remember what prevented me from doing it, but
maybe the 4:30 wake up time.
Possibly.
that is a deterrent. But if you're going to be walking for a long distance with a lot of people, I think doing it prior to the sun rising is a good idea.
It's a very good idea. Because we know how St. Kitts sun would bake you before you even leave the parking lot of wherever the assembly point is.
Kevin, lately, right? I don't know what's been going on. This sun, I tell you, this sun moving like when you was out for vacation and you come back and your desk just full of power. Ever since we had them couple hurricane scares that ended up turning out to be just lovely overcast days, the sun been back with a vengeance. Man, and the sun was just like, okay, y'all had your fun.
Sun and some bake mode. The sun like it went from regular baking to like broil. I love a broiler, honestly. Broiler is one of my favorite tools of an oven.
Do you have do you own air fryer, sir?
Not yet. I will at some point.
It's on your list?
It's fantastically amazing. It's on the list though.
An air fryer may be the only thing I purchased this year Cyber Monday.
I'm very interested in air fryer. I've heard very good things about it. I've had air fryer food already, and yes.
Yeah, I have a friend who can't eat fried food. I mean, really and truly, we all probably shouldn't, eh? but how we gonna stop now? So I may get a air fryer. Yeah, I think that's a
good idea. It also helps for like people who have acid reflux and stuff like that. They could eat fried foods without the fried food,
Yeah, without the oil and thing. But that's his issue. He it's acid reflux. So yeah, he shouldn't eat. Let me say he shouldn't eat fried food. Does he listen? It's like them people who does be like gluten intolerant, but just can't give up bread. But it depends on the severity. I have a friend who, whenever she eats gluten, prior to eating the gluten, she calls me and alerts me that, hey, you're probably not going to hear from me for a few hours. I'm about to eat some bread. Bye. And so I know for the next few hours she's going to be curled up in a ball in the dark in her bedroom.
Stomach cramps beyond 100.
Yeah, but she gets migraines.
I get stomach cramps. But who cares?
Ooh.
Watch out, my doctor friends message me and say, please stop.
Gawain is telling me that he invested in an air fryer. And he's an advocate. He's an advocate for air fryers. He's saying that it's definitely worth the money.
Definitely, I've heard really good things about them. But one thing is to, you know how we are with sandwich makers. We will buy a sandwich maker. We will kill it dead for like a week or two.
Yep.
And never touch it again,
brother.
I've heard that's not one of those appliances. That's an appliance you keep using.
Yeah, because you keep eating fried foods. You don't eat sandwiches all the time.
I love sandwiches, just like the bread does kill me. And then I just can't, I think part of the issue of the what's it called, the sandwich maker is the cleanup ain't fun.
Yes, exactly.
So when the clean, like after a while I'm just like, yeah, me want to do some more.
That's it right there. The cheese gonna come out, you're gonna just burn and cake on, and then you're gonna take a butter knife, try to scrape it off, then you're really scraping off some of the black coating. Then
you're damaging the what's it called, the non-stick.
The non-stick. Yeah, that's it right there actually. And you can't just submerge it in water like the other pots.
Right. Well, I have I've used what's it called? Like a sandwich maker press thing where the grill could detach, so you could literally just put it in the sink, which is amazing. That one I've used very frequently, but this one you have to wipe it out and dash it in the sink. This is the thing with
even with the detachables, right? When you use a pot, you just take the pot, throw it in the sink one time. With the detachable, you pretty much kind of have to wait for it to cool off, and then by the time it cool off, like you ain't really studying about that there no more.
You're done. You had enough.
I'm over
on to the next thing.
Yeah, I'm over it. Yeah, but big up to all the panini eaters. Big up to all the panini eaters, bye.
Love a panini, to be honest.
Yeah, who doesn't? Just somebody else gotta make it.
But that part, that's the important part. Love a panini, just don't make me make it.
Yeah, somebody else gotta make it. Somebody's got to make it. Morning, Weedy.
Weedy's saying it's white today. Nobody told her. I'm trying to catch the memo today, and I almost put on a black shirt as I usually do.
Bro, I plan to be in this sun today, and yeah, I just figured I needed to find something white. That's really what's going on. That is really what going on. What is the rule about wearing white and Labor Day in the US? What the rule is?
Can't wear white after Labor Day. Don't know why. Let me find out.
For how long? Like for the rest of the year?
I don't care. I wear in white. Still.
Now where that come from? Like that's the weirdest. Like always.
White in the summer makes sense because it keeps you cooler. Nobody's completely sure of when or why this fashion rule came into effect.
Some rich bougie person.
That's exactly what they're talking about, right? The wives of the super rich is this rich thing, I think.
See, tell you.
There's a bunch of fashion. Basically, it was just built on a bunch of fashion rules. Not everyone followed this rule though. Because Coco Chanel, who wore white year round, she said not she and that. I don't get it. Like the whole white have to wear. I don't care. Like,
but until when? Like that's the thing. Like until like December.
Because to me, after Labor Day means till the next Labor Day. So when can you wear white? Like, make here. Because the end of the article basically says these days the fashion world is much more relaxed, blah blah blah. But you still hear people say that white after Labor Day is unacceptable, all thanks to some snobby millionaires who decided it was a fashion no more than 100 years ago. It was a
Oh,
fashion yes for me.
yeah,
So,
man. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I know it had to be some
don't care.
bougie rich white people. Like, he had.
Some rich white people who had options.
The caucus will caucus by.
Maybe watch me same 6 shirts and rotate them.
Oh, are you willing to divulge where you get your white t-shirts from? Because this, like people, like let me explain. People don't recognize how important it is to find the right white shirt. Yeah, the white t-shirt I'm talking about, guys.
So, fun fact: this is actually a sports shirt. It's like one of those, like workout shirts,
Like the dry fit,
but like a dry fit.
Yeah.
I haven't bought. Here's the truth: I have not bought a white tee in years.
That's me.
Primarily because I cannot find the perfect white tee. Because I bought a white tee a while back, but it was so thin and it didn't fit. Because white t-shirts always fit different. And I bought the white shirt. It was very thin. It was so that when I put it on, it looked pale. Like it it had this gray tone because like this gray tint because like my skin underneath is like changing the color.
Yep.
So I haven't bought a proper white
That's
tee.
what them Hanes undershirts.
Yeah, I usually used to just buy undershirts and call it a day, but undershirts are amazing the first time you wear them and then never again.
But that is what I'm about to say. Like the thing about it is you might be able to find a white tee that looks good on the first wear. After that, it's over.
Yep. And then the thing is too, if you don't wash them properly, they get tinted. The tint changes and it becomes like dingy or like more. What do you call it? Like sometimes it gets this like whatever. I mean, sometimes you get like this grayish, purplish tint. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Or like over it. So I don't buy white tees.
The best t-shirts I've found. I used to buy from Banana Republic at one time. Cause they have these sales every now and again where you could get like 3 for $12.99. So like whenever I would see the thing I would buy, and then like H&M shirts
has a hit and miss.
Yeah, but yeah, so
for me.
Yeah, so there's this one or two seasons where the shirts they had kind of really was working for me. And the
thing is, too, they always change the type. They always change the way the shirt is made. So you find an amazing t-shirt, and you wear it to death, and then you go back to buy the t-shirt. You still find the same color, but it's made
a different cut.
Fit is a little different.
Yeah. They'll have some French name for it, and then they just change the French name inside. It's like, no, y'all had it. Like, the other thing was, I was about to say something. Anyway, but yeah, it's a never-ending saga, guys. Oh no, I was about to say, and then I found Calvin Klein. And they had this kind of polyester stretch one that was like, cotton with a poly blend. It was a poly blend. Bye, perfect. And then they just stopped making it. And then when I went to, I went to the lady like to buy it. I went in it, Calvin. I was like, where is like? She's like, oh, yeah, they stopped making that. Everyone's been coming in and asking for it.
So if everybody coming and asking for it, why you stop making it? Like, please. You have many other things you could stop making. That should not be one.
Know about the shirts that India that nobody want. Stop making those. And they never brought it back. Like, they just never brought it back. So yeah, I no longer own t-shirts. There's people who I know very well who often say that they've never seen me in a t-shirt, and yeah, that's that's true. That's a real thing. So the struggle is real. Yeah, we can't just go on like Pretty Little Miss however Fashion Nova and just buy whatever and look cute.
Yeah.
Like,
I usually actually don't order clothes. That's the thing where I don't order clothes. I like to try on my clothes before I buy them. So usually ordering clothes is a stressful situation because meaning to this buy and return thing. Like for me, I like to go into the store, I like to try it on, I like to see how it looks on me because I would love a shirt on the model. Like I would look on a website or even the mannequin in the store, and I love the shirt, love it, love it, love it. Put it on, and I'm like, what is this? Because what I've realized too is I'm not the tallest person. I'm also not short, but a lot of these clothes are built for like men who are 6 foot and up.
Yeah,
So
6'1". 6'1" is like the 6'1" is like the standard thing they got it, yeah.
So when I put it on, sometimes that shirt make me look like a mini fridge.
That ain't working for you. That ain't the look you're going for.
No. So I'm not into the online ordering thing. I buy in store so I try it on, see if I like it, then I keep it. If I don't like it, I put it right back on the rack.
Yeah, I feel you. I used to when I used to travel a lot, like that was a bit more feasible. But yeah, so much for that. I was supposed to travel last week. Didn't really work out. So I hear, but yeah, this is the longest. I was talking to my mom because at first I was telling people this is the longest I've been on island since maybe 2005, maybe 2000. I think this may be the longest stretch I've been on St. Kitts since I was born.
That's why it's been like
I traveled at 3 months. I traveled at 3 months old. Yeah.
2 months. How long this week? Like 2 months, 2 years now? Bordering 2 years?
Yeah, just about. February we gonna make it 2 years. No, not yeah.
About close to 2 years of being stuck in St. Kitts. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I traveled at 3 months, and then I traveled around a year to year and a half. Even if it's just like maybe Antigua or something. I got family in Antigua and stuff like that. And them days there, you could have jumped on a plane to Antigua for like $25 and so.
And Winnie, I remember Winnie.
No, it's 2,500.
2,500 just for your bags.
Oh boy. Wait, you see me in the suit there? Wait like a stalker, man. Yeah, I'm sending you a picture. But anyway, yeah, it's. I see a lot of people lately too traveling though. Like I see a lot of people traveling and things rough, so you come like they just buy. Let me hop to Miami. But guys,
yeah.
Fun fact: sometimes you get cheaper rates going to other places, even though you're going to Miami. I can leave it there.
No, that too.
I can leave it there. Like generally, whenever I travel into Miami, my ticket says Orlando. Just check it out. You see what I'm saying?
Skip lag.
Yeah, skip lagging. Yo, skip lagging is crazy.
Skip lagging was it scared me for a while in terms of like I was like.
You thought there'd be some repercussions?
Yeah, I'm just like something just don't sound right about this. Like I don't trust that. So I never used to do skip lag until one day, somebody was like, "I've done skip lag for a long time, and there's no repercussions. It's fine." And I'm like,
"Bro,
okay." And I tried it, and I'm never going back.
Bro, I've been skip lagging for years, and I don't understand it. It's like, when you hear people talk about find ways to buck the system, and buck the system is like a general glitch in the system. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know how it's like that. I just know it's like that, and I use it to my advantage.
There we go. Fun times.
Bro,
so.
If you're going from St. Kitts to the Bahamas, you gotta go to Miami, right?
Wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I can say. For those of you listening, listen to Uncle Royal.
Okay. All right. Well, we will now take a very, very short break, and we will come back with more Island Tea on WINNMedia SKN. We will be right back.
We are faced with tough decisions every day, but choosing the right home or motor insurance shouldn't be one. You need fast claim settlement from a company that's been rooted for over 31 years. And don't forget the A Excellent rating by AM Best. Make the intelligent choice. Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Reliable insurance that you can count on. Get a quote today for your home, motor, contents, and liability insurance needs, and make the intelligent choice. Caribbean Alliance. Tomorrow secured. Local agents, Dalil Walwyn & Co. Limited. Telephone 465-2631 or 469-5303 for the Nevis office.
Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. Attention all drivers, I'm begging you to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, down. Too many stunt drivers on the road, man. With the fire day, driver, what's your emergency? It's better late than never, so why all the hurry? Speeding is the main cause of plenty mishaps. The road is now a racetrack, threatening life and property, and all the result of that led to death and injury. Inconsiderate driving, this nonsense need to stop. Stop. I'm making it my business to alert all motorists, especially those who love to break traffic laws. I have seen what speed can do. Here I am to your rescue to help you to live. Just take this advice I give. I want in all drivers. Take care of your passengers.
Good morning and welcome back to LNT right here on WINNMedia SKN. And in studio we have our favorite Sergeant Brown from the traffic department here to have some traffic talk with us this morning. Sergeant, how are you doing?
And to you, how are you doing?
Man, I good. Had a good weekend.
Okay, man. I
No
was just
complaint.
about to get into that.
How about you? How was your weekend?
Mine was okay. It was okay as well. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah? What you got going on with us first today?
Yeah, good morning again. Just have some notices that I would like to put out there in the general public so as to inform our motoring public as to what is happening. Firstly, I would want to inform persons who will be driving through Keyon this afternoon. Today is the funeral service of our dear departed former police sergeant, Sergeant Leonard Brown, and he will be laid to rest this afternoon. And the service will be held at the Keyon Methodist Church. So we are the traffic in and around that general area, that's the Keyon Methodist Church, will be restricted up to a certain point. So we just want the motoring public just to be aware from around 12 p.m. this afternoon, the traffic in and around the Keyon Methodist Church will be restricted in certain areas. That's today, 1st November 2021. Also, tomorrow, 2nd November 2021, the funeral service of the late Anthony Johnson, former football official and former lawyer. He will be laid to rest tomorrow, and the service will be held at the Warner Park. So traffic in and around the Warner Park area will be also restricted. There will be cones, there will be signs as to direct the motorist as to how and where you are and are not to park. So or drive as well. So we just want to bear that in mind, that the traffic in and around Warner Park will be restricted tomorrow from around midday. So
but Sarge, generally when there's an event in Warner Park, one of the main restrictions is that Victoria Road becomes a one-way.
That is correct.
Right,
vehicles will only be allowed to travel north.
Okay.
From on Victoria Road. Yes. You are so correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, we just want to inform persons in the Sandy Point area, persons traversing through the Sandy Point area, the Surrey paving, that is, they're starting road marking in the Sandy Point area starting from today. And I am informed that it would last for about a week, thereabout. So persons traveling in the Sandy Point area, please be guided that the Surrey paving will be doing their road marking. Also, we are asking persons with motor vehicles not to park on the main road, so that the paving can go as smoothly as possible. So if you have your motor vehicles, please not to park on the main road. This is to allow the road marking to go as smoothly and safely as possible. And finally, we just want to again remind persons with motor vehicles ending with 0 that by now you should have already had your vehicle license, as the month of October has already been done away with. So we are now in a new month, 1st November. So all vehicles by now should have been licensed by now. So please, if you have not gotten your vehicle license, so you'll be, and you're caught driving it, you'll be ticketed. You'll be taken before the court. So please, I just want to remind us of that.
Sarge, there may be persons who would not have seen the need to license the vehicle. Perhaps the vehicle was down at the shop or something like that. Could you just quickly outline, don't have to go into specifics, but quickly outline the procedure for getting that vehicle back on the road? Sure.
If your vehicle was off the road, is off the road for some reason, whatever reason, whether mechanical or whatever, and you're now intending to have it licensed, first you have to make sure it is insured. You first have to have it insured, and having done that, you now have to get a permission document from the traffic department to drive that vehicle to get it inspected. Because remember, you have to, before licensing, you have to make sure your vehicle is roadworthy. So you have to go on first, as I mentioned, make sure it's insured. The insurance policy is valid. Then you come to the department and with the document as well, the insurance document, the policy, and you'll be given a permission document to drive your vehicle from wherever it is located to wherever you're going to be inspecting it. And having done that, having inspected it, then you can go now to the Inland Revenue with your documents, the inspection certificate, your insurance policy, your driver's license as well. Make sure that is also valid, and you get your vehicle license. So that's basically the procedure.
All right, straightforward.
Yes, straightforward. Also, we continue to inform, educate persons as to how to be safe on your road. And this morning, my friend, I want to just touch briefly on the importance of wearing your seatbelt. Persons ask, why seatbelt? Why seatbelt?
Right.
Because over the years, well, how we knew it then before, back in the past, we never used to be buckled up. But studies has shown that the seatbelt is very important in minimizing injuries and death if you are involved in an accident. So with your permission, I just want to briefly touch a few pointers as to why it is necessary and important to wear your seatbelt.
Permission granted.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. First, your seatbelt, it keeps the occupants inside the vehicle. And what this means? There is a long-standing myth that people are better off being thrown out of a vehicle clear from the crash.
That's a thing? People believe that?
Yeah. People believe that they are better off being thrown out of a vehicle from the crash.
They recognize that
the truth is,
getting out the vehicle, you gotta pass through like glass.
But the truth is that people thrown from a vehicle are actually 4 times more likely to be killed than those who remain inside. And studies has proven this. Also, the seatbelt restrains the strongest part of your body. For both adults and children, the strongest parts of the body are the hips and the shoulder. Seatbelts are designed to contact the body at these parts, providing optimum protection. Also, the seatbelt spread out the seatbelt spread out the force of a collision. What this mean? Using a lap and shoulder belt helps spread the force of a crash over a wide area of the body, putting less stress on any one area. This can allow one to avoid serious injury. Additionally, a shoulder strap will keep your head and upper body away from the dashboard, the steering wheel, and other interior parts of the vehicle that you might otherwise hit if you were either hit by another vehicle or have to suddenly hit the brakes. Also, the seatbelt helps the body to slow down. Oftentimes, an abrupt change in speed is what leads to an injury. Seatbelts extend the time it takes for you to slow down in a crash. If you are not buckled up, you could end up hitting the dashboard or side window, depending on the nature of the crash. It protects your brain and spinal cord. Seatbelts are designed to protect these 2 critical and vulnerable areas. If you were to hit your head in a crash, it is likely you will suffer a traumatic brain injury. Sorry, my bad. I'll repeat that. Seatbelts are designed to protect these 2 critical and vulnerable areas. That is just your brain and spinal cord. If you were to hit your head in a crash, it is likely you will suffer a traumatic brain injury. These can range in severity from a minor concussion to a fatal diffuse axonal injury. No matter how minor a head injury might seem, it is crucial to always seek medical attention since they often do not produce immediate symptoms. In fact, some brain injuries take days, weeks, or even months before a victim begins to experience symptoms. Likewise, spinal cord injuries can also have serious and deadly consequences. Wearing a seatbelt is required by law. If your safety is not reason enough to wear a seatbelt, remember that wearing one is required by law, and if you are caught not wearing one, you might face some expensive, and I take out might, you will face some expensive fines. And finally, some believe some believe that airbags are often an effective substitute for seatbelts. While they are an excellent safety feature, an airbag on its own will not protect you. If you are not wearing your seatbelt, it is unlikely your body will remain in a position that allows your airbag to help prevent injuries. To get the most out of this safety feature, you must, and I stress on must, wear a seatbelt. And I'll pause there for now, and I would ask if we have any caller, you're now asked to give me a call. Feel free to call in, share your thoughts with us, and we will respond accordingly. But if I may, with your permission as well,
Sure.
just go into what the law says, our laws in this federation say as it relates to seatbelt.
Yeah.
Yeah. No person shall operate a motor vehicle unless the driver and any passenger in the front seat of the vehicle are adequately restrained by a seatbelt. And what adequately mean? What we find, there are some persons have the seatbelt like across their waist, not properly strapped.
Right.
That in itself is an offense. You should be properly and adequately restrained. So if you're caught with the seatbelt just around your waist or anything like that, you are not adequately restrained and you will be ticketed. Also, for the purpose of this section, A, motor vehicle excludes motor vehicles manufactured before January 1st, 1990, buses, authorized emergency vehicles, and trucks with a maximum gross weight of 18,000 pounds or more. B, seatbelt means a safety belt used to secure a person in a motor vehicle. A passenger who is under the age of 5 years or weighing less than 40 pounds shall be restrained in a specially designed detachable or removable seat in such conditions as are prescribed by the minister. This section does not apply to a driver or a passenger with a physically disabling condition whose physical disability would prevent appropriate restraint by safety belt or safety seat once this condition is certified by a medical practitioner. So what this is saying is that if you are suffering from any physical, any sickness, ailment, and wearing your seatbelt would cause any discomfort, or it might cause you to suffer any pain, you have to be certified by a medical practitioner, and in writing that is, and you bring that document with us or you keep it with you. So in the event that you are stopped by the police, you can present this document to show that you have a medical ailment, a medical condition. Also, a person who acts in a manner contrary to A, subsection 1, commits an offense and is liable upon summary conviction to a fine not exceeding $1,000, or B, subsection 3, commits an offense and is liable upon summary conviction to a fine not exceeding $5,000. And subsection 1 says that you should always have your seatbelt on. If you are convicted, you'll be fined not exceeding $1,000. And subsection 3 says a passenger who is under the age of 5 or weighing less than 40 pounds shall be restrained in a specially designed detachable or removable seat. So if your children are seen or caught not wearing a detachable or specially designed seat, you will be, and if you're convicted, you'll be fined a fine not exceeding $5,000. And I'll pass there for now. Thank you very much for listening. Yes. So this is what our law says when comes to the proper wearing and the importance of wearing your seatbelt?
Yeah, I mean it's interesting that well, I mean, let me not assume. Is this something that the police has been witnessing as being a problem, like people still not wearing the seatbelts or not wearing the seatbelts properly?
You'll be amazed, you'll be surprised to see people on a weekly basis are still being ticketed for not wearing their seatbelt. Some people, I don't know if they just want to test the system or if they just feel like they're untouchable, or as we know it, there are some lawless persons out there who just feel like, oh man, I can do whatever I want. Yes, if you are stopped, you will be ticketed, and if the ticket is not paid, you'll be summoned and be taken before the court to have your matter dealt with. So we encourage everyone, all of us, to wear your seatbelt, and not just wear your seatbelt. Wear your seatbelt the way it was designed to be worn.
Right. I mean, it's one of them things where, God forbid something happen and you're not wearing your seatbelt. Stupid enough for you back. It's a small thing, but
Yeah.
the
The first thing when I jump in a vehicle, the first thing I always do is to buckle up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, the truth is that
at first when we just when it was just when you just came on stream, sometimes I mean if you realize, I mean, we gave a grace period because
Right.
we persons weren't accustomed to it. So
Right.
we gave a grace period whereby we were educating and informing the general public. So we did with the law when it was first passed. We did not just jump out and started ticketing. We gave a grace period, and after the grace period, then we started enforcing. So it is always best to buckle up. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I could understand, initially it was not second nature for people.
Correct.
But especially with a lot of the newer cars, you don't get no break if you ain't buckle. You don't get no break. You stay beeping. So, but again, even in that case, like you said, some persons would wear it incorrectly, maybe buckle it up and sit back on it, or buckle it and move the shoulder strap behind them.
Right. We come up on that often. So if you're called in that way, as I mentioned earlier, it is saying that you are not adequately, and it's an offense. If you are not adequately buckled up, you're committing an offense. It should be over your shoulder and around your waist.
Good morning, caller. Live on Traffic Talk.
Yes, good morning, man. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. Good morning.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a small contribution, because I heard the officer there talking. I wanted to try to support him with the importance of wearing that seatbelt, because what I want to bring to your attention is that, persons need to really take notice of how these new cars are being made now. The nose of these cars, all of these new cars nowadays, is just looking pretty. It's appealing to the customers, but realistically speaking, we need to take a physical look at the front nose of these cars. These cars are made now with no bumper support in the front. So front end collisions is going to really be deadly or can be fatal.
You're correct.
We need to really pay attention to this, because if you notice, the front of these cars don't really have bumpers anymore, and there is no bumper support. When you examine the front of these cars, they only look fancy, but they're not strong, or they offer no type of protection from the front. Any front end collisions can be fatal. When you look beyond the front grille of the car, you're looking straight at the radiator, and there is no bumper support in the the front of these cars anymore. I don't know why, but it seems like they're mostly dependent on the airbags and the seatbelt. So it's very important for motorists to be wearing their seatbelts nowadays. All right, that's my contribution, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much for for strengthening and enforcing our point there. You really touched the point there. You really was spot on there. So thank you very much for your contribution this morning. Yeah.
All right. Well, Sarge, I think very useful information this morning.
Yeah, very, very important and useful. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, persons who are out there and don't quite comply, change their behavior, because really and truly, avoiding the ticket is one thing, but avoiding serious injury or death is even more important. And really want to do whatever we can, especially on the road, to try and avoid those situations.
That is so correct, yes. So. Yeah, okay. The clock on the wall is telling us that it's time to make our exit. So I just want to inform and to remind us again, the motoring public, that is, about the funeral service this afternoon, which will be held at the Keon Methodist Church. The traffic in and around that area will be restricted in certain areas. And also tomorrow, 2nd November, the funeral service of the late Anthony Johnson will be held at the service will be held at the Warner Park Stadium. So traffic restrictions will be in effect. Will be in effect, and persons are asked to be guided accordingly. And also starting today, the road marking will be starting in Sandy Point by the Surrey Paving Company. So persons driving in that area, in the Sandy Point area, that is, are asked to drive with due care. And if you have your vehicle, please don't park on the road, so that you can. So this having your vehicle parked on the road will just slow up the process. So try as much as possible not to park your vehicle on the road. And also, persons, owners and drivers with their vehicle ending with the digit 0 by now should have had your vehicle's license, as this is the start of a new month, November. If you're caught driving your vehicle and it's not licensed, you'll be dealt with accordingly. So thanks again for tuning in, listening in, and being a part of our weekly radio program. And thanks again to our sponsors, Dilil Walwyn, Caribbean Alliance, Dilil Walwyn Company Limited. Thanks for being our sponsors throughout the years, and also to the composer, writer, singer of our theme song, the King Hollywood over there in Nevis. So thanks very much for being a part of our program, and we look forward to being here once more next week, Monday, same place, same time, on this radio station. So until we meet again, have a good and safe, productive week. Thank you.
Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. Attention all drivers. I'm begging you to slow it down.
We are faced with tough decisions every day, but choosing the right home or motor insurance shouldn't be one. You need fast claim settlement from a company that's been rooted for over 31 years. And don't forget the A Excellent rating by AM Best. Make the intelligent choice. Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Reliable insurance that you can count on. Get a quote today for your home, motor, contents, and liability insurance needs, and make the intelligent choice. Caribbean Alliance. Tomorrow secured. Local agents, Dalil Walwyn & Co. Limited. Telephone 465-2631 or 469-5303 for the Nevis office.
It's that time again. Triple Cashback is back, but with more. Triple your cashback with Triple Play. Triple the savings, triple the cashback, and get a chance to win. Triple the cashback for more free groceries at Horsford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store today. Yes, for the rest of 2021, Horsford's Furniture and Appliances is tripling your savings with triple cashback coupons for even more free groceries for all FlexPay hire purchase customers. But that's not all. Every hire purchase customer gets a chance to win up to triple their triple cashback in free groceries in the Triple Play. The Triple Play game show gives 2 lucky customers a chance to triple their triple cashback for free groceries and win lots and lots of prizes and more. If you get $500 in coupons for free groceries, you get a chance to get up to triple that amount with our Triple Play game show promotion. That means you get $1,500 in coupons for free groceries. And remember, every hire purchase customer gets a chance to win free groceries for a year. Horsford's Triple Cashback Triple Play. Come now, don't listen.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Welcome back to Identity with your babes, Kevin and Nazim, featuring J. Gwenny Gwen, Gwenisha, Idita, CPL, Abandonment, Johnson.
Oh boy. You know when people name just totally match their personality. You ever see somebody and they just look like the name? But there's a nickname. But there's a nickname the real name. Before we even continue, just want to wish our cousins over there in Antigua happy independence.
Oh yes, it's November 1st. It's Antigua's independence. Happy independence to our what do you call them?
Cousins.
Siblings? Cousins across the sea.
And
I'm sure they're over there having a blast.
Yeah, man, 40 years. 40 years is no small feat. Got a whole adult, a whole generation of independent Antiguans. Honestly, yeah, literally a whole generation of independent Antiguans.
It's amazing.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, kudos to you guys. Let's go.
All right, it's time for some tea. Hee hee.
Tea time.
So, hee hee. So let's get into your COVID update numbers for you. So it is this COVID situation report is up as of Sunday, 31st of October, 2021. Confirmed cases within the last 24 hours is at 0. Total number of active cases 135.
Sundays always will just be giving us hope. By Sundays really is made for hope.
Sunday just give nothing.
Yeah, but we've been seeing a gradual decrease in the numbers that we want to see decreasing, and increasing the numbers that we want to see increasing. So,
unfortunately, there's also been an increase in numbers that we don't want to see increasing. And I'll jump straight into that one. So there have been 2 additional COVID-19 related deaths in St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis has recorded 2 additional deaths, which brings the total number of deaths to 23. Recently, it has been observed that the daily number of confirmed cases has been on a downward trend. For the same situation report, on Friday the 29th of October, 4 confirmed cases were reported with the previous day. For the weekly report, 12, 11, 7, and 9. So 148 cases, of course, remain active, but we have increased. The death toll has been increased by 2, which is not great at all.
Yeah, condolences to the families. Yeah. And friends, loved ones, well-wishers. Yeah, never want to hear that. How long ago was it that we had... When did we have the first COVID casualty?
I think this was like earlier this year. I think it was like maybe March. Not March. Like maybe May, somewhere around there, I think.
Yes, to me, it feel like a lot in a short space of time,
Yeah, because it was, remember, at one point it was 1, and it went up to 3, and then it stayed there for a while, and then the numbers just started jumped.
Yeah,
like
we had a moment when it was almost like 1 a day for like a week.
Right, and then they were like, 3 in 1 weekend or something one time, and
oh, heavy stuff. Guys, continue to protect yourself, continue to protect your loved ones, be responsible. And I said it before and I said it again. I am not too concerned in the arguments between vaxxed and unvaxxed, all the economic back and forths and thing. I am just more concerned with persons who are taking this thing seriously and acting accordingly. Right? Yeah. If you are making wise choices in terms of adhering to the protocols, being mindful of your surroundings, so forth and so forth, continue to do so. If you're not, jump on the train. Jump on the train. And on top of that, as I always encourage people, make healthy choices. Lifestyle, your lifestyle choices do have a role to play in the outcome, right? If you are unfortunate enough to contract the virus. So please make healthier choices, be wise, adhere to the protocols, sanitize, wash your hands, don't cough in nobody's face. That word of advice still applies.
Yeah.
People was laughing here, but that was a real gem, eh? People was laughing, but that was a gem. I could tell you that. Don't cough in nobody's face. People just be out here sneezing like they're seasoning their pot. Oh well. But we have some interesting articles today to get through.
Yeah, we do.
Should probably get on
Jade's picks. Of course, the picks that she gave us and then abandoned us with. But you know.
And I know there's one in particular that she would have loved to be a part of. Smoke dog.
So let's jump into the first one. So this one is, of course, local. So Brantley questions the citizenship by investment revenue split between St. Kitts and Nevis. So despite reports by Premier Mark Brantley that Nevis is not getting its fair share of CBI revenues, Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance, Dr. Tim, the federal government to provide periodic transfer of resources to the Nevis Island administration. Over the last 6 years, our budgetary transfers to the NIA have exceeded 260 million. Statement by the Prime Minister. The Finance Minister also said that the federal government has paid double salaries to the public sector workers on Nevis, for example, the employees of the NIA, NEVLEC, and NASPA in the same manner. And we have done for those the same that we've done for those on St. Kitts. Premier Bantley, at his press conference on October 6th, 2021, argued that Nevis' fair share of the CBI revenue, and further questioned, how much does St. Kitts get? Is Nevis satisfied with its share? The answer is no, and the answer is going to be no until we have a resolution of the issue between the federal government and the NIA about the share of CBI receipts. Ooh, the figure that I hear bandied about most is 200. Nevis gets 200 million. It sounds like a lot of money, and a lot of people band it. That's the headline. Nevis gets 200 million. You know what headline I've never seen? How much does St. Kitts get? That would be a very interesting headline. The CBI program in St. Kitts and Nevis was launched in 1984 and grants citizenship and passport through donation or real estate investments to qualified applicants. So,
let me ask you a question. I understand what Brantley's saying in terms of the headlines there. You think do you think the headlines don't work? Do you think the headlines work?
It's a hard question to answer.
Okay, I don't want to ask, do you think people care? 'Cause I think people care. But do you think the headline work to temper that concern?
No.
You don't think so? You don't think when they hear Nevis gets 206 million, some people gonna be like, well, how much they want?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah. To be honest, I don't know. I do agree, though. I think it would be in fair interest if we are being told what Nevis receives. I think it is equally fair to know what St. Kitts receives.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think the split should be?
I don't know. I mean, we don't have the finance. I don't count.
No, but I mean, of course, we don't have the finer details. I mean, of course, the bulk of the processing and the CBI department and stuff is in St. Kitts.
I don't know I don't know how they work it out either. I don't know if it's like Nevis gets Nevis investments.
So that's what I was getting to.
Because that's the thing. Because for me, it's like, okay, because CBI also works on property as well. So if property is purchased in Nevis, let's say $1 million property has been purchased in Nevis, and that qualifies for CBI. Let's use $1 million as the figure to split up. Does St. Kitts get 60% and Nevis get 40%, just because of that's how the ratio is, or does Nevis get the lion's share because it's a Nevis investment?
Okay, so let's say the CBI offices are here, right? Let's say the bulk of the companies that process the applications and stuff like that, they are like, let's say there were none in Nevis, which of course there's some, and by some, a lot of us know who one of the companies that does it in Nevis is, which makes this a little more ticklish, this particular story. But let's say there were none. Because based on what you're saying, like, okay, let's say Nevis brings in X amount, then Nevis should be able to, which would mean that by that model, the NIA should encourage more persons to get involved in the business. But, like, for me, on its face, I believe, if we're talking about fair share, maybe it should just be based on population. If St. Kitts has 60% of the population and Nevis has 40%, then split it 60-40. What do you think?
That would be a good idea. But like I said, there's so many factors.
Yeah, precisely. And I do believe that we also have to take into account cost and just where the bulk of the business is generated.
Yeah, because that's my thing too. That formula and recipe sounds fair. because this population of St. Kitts is larger than Nevis, which is quite obvious. But I also don't think it's fair if the month of February was solely Nevis investments and Nevis gets 40% of all the investments that were made on Nevis. That's a bit, so I don't know what recipe or formula they're going to come up with, but
yeah,
I think it would be interesting to know.
The truth is, I believe that whatever is considered fair by one would be considered unfair by the other, and I think that is what makes this interesting. Like, and I sometimes have discussions with people about contracts and stuff like that, and I always say that good business is more when both parties or all parties involved. You don't always go to the max. You don't always go to, okay, well, this is the max and the minimum. You find somewhere in the middle. You find somewhere in the middle where you might not get all that you want, but you get enough to feel comfortable. If both parties walk away feeling comfortable with what they got, then okay. The thing is, I don't know how that looks. I don't know how that looks. What I would say though is, hey, big up CBI by keeping the economy afloat. You wanna move on? Hey, you think that I wonder if people feel some of that CBA money what went into the stimulus that we get during COVID?
Okay.
We have some people trying to call in here, okay, man. Let's see what they say. Might be drip. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Good morning, folks.
Morning.
With all due respect, I think y'all are dancing around the issue. Doing very much like what the politicians do. Right? You should have revenue pooling, first of all. And then you have the revenue sharing, which I think a good formula would be the population, the ratios of the population. And the Constitution essentially provides for that. But it's just that when one side or the other is flush with money, they tend to want to keep it. Okay? And that's the problem. There was a time when Nevis made a lot of money from, let's say, Four Seasons and the offshore financial industry. And so they figured that, we're fine, we can pretty much make it on our own. We don't need this revenue sharing arrangement. And a similar thing happened when VAT came into being. They figured that, well, they'd be better off with VAT, keeping their VAT proceeds and leave St. Kitts with theirs. That turned out not to be so. So what I'm saying is, we first have to agree that we pool the resources, the revenues, look at all the expenses, etc., and then you do the sharing according to population. That's the only way I see things actually ending up in a win-win situation. Okay, but
well, that's why I was suggesting would be on the face the easiest thing, like split based on population. But like I said, when I have this discussion with certain people would say, but if the majority of the work is being, for instance, I think what makes it interesting is the fact that we have the Nevis Island Administration. So you would have activities that are put on or undertaken by the NIA that would generate funds. Do those funds also go directly into the pool, or do those?
Yes, exactly. Those should also go into the pool because remember too that the federal government pays things like the economic cost for students, the cost of security and that sort of thing. So they have expenses as well that are common.
Right. So
pool everything. That's the only way you can possibly do it. Pool everything and then decide, pay for the common expenses and then decide that by population size, you have this split.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was really unfortunate. It was really unfortunate how this has come to the fore again. And interestingly enough,
once money involved, these discussions gonna always come up. Yeah.
But it was the Prime Minister himself who actually raised the issue of Clause 110, where that revenue allocation is in the Constitution, right? But still end up not answering the reporter's question. Basically asking, well, how much was the total? What was the pie, the whole pie in the first place? How much money was collected by CBI? Before you can talk about NEBI's fair share, you have to know exactly what the total share was. And the Prime Minister, that's the question, which makes people suspicious.
But you realize that's a question that has has been dodged forever for some reason.
Yes.
For some reason, that's a question that's always ticklish. I don't know. Maybe
why should it be?
But that's the
fun.
That's the question. Because the question is, I wonder, and again, I wonder. Maybe they just say, "Want us know that we're rich."
or they don't want us to know what they do with the money. Sure, you can always say that we get all these hundreds of millions, and you can use it to create surpluses in the budget, etc. But is that the full picture, right? I think there are a lot of things that goes on with the CBI that we don't know about, and we should know about. And all administrations, for one reason or the other, keep these things on the wrap. So until they come to the fore, until we stop kicking the can down the road, we'll always have these.
Yeah, we're gonna always have these, and I believe that it's not only CBI. I think when we have these projects with either huge expenditure or huge revenue, it gets harder and harder for us to get all the information.
Yes.
The bigger the bill or the receipt, the less information come with it.
It's called lack of transparency. If you're not transparent and if you're not accountable, if you don't have a commitment to that, we'll always have these issues.
Yeah.
That's the long and short of it.
Yep.
It's about good governance. Full stop.
Yes, sir.
Okay then.
All right, caller. Bye. These things here are way above my pay grade here, but I do just be watching on. And wondering if I'm the only one to be seeing some of these things. By like I tell you, when like especially again, look at sometimes we get these rounded off figures. Nobody ever tell you where you're rounding off to, eh?
Are we rounding off to the nearest 1 million?
We're going up to like who knows? Who knows?
The nearest tens of millions. Like what's the scale here,
bro? For years, people still trying to figure out the account in my music fest. Carnival. Like people trying to figure out these things for years. Like, when again? Hey, let me just read my Bible, see? Let's read the Bible. Watch here. I don't get angry. I can't afford to be stressing about these things here.
Well then, we jumped right into that one.
Oh boy.
Yikes.
Are you trying to figure out what eating for lunch? I can't be worrying about how we work out fair share for the CBI. But on a serious note, that's really what it is, eh? There's an understanding that for the common man have more important things on his plate, more pressing matters, and so you could continually kick these things down the road like that. There's an understanding that that's what it is, eh? So you just continue, like people trying to figure out what they're going to feed the children for lunch, and so people got bills laying on the table there and wondering, I wonder how long I go without current. like this is real things. This is real things. So yeah, you could always just kind of not answer and half answer and them kind of things.
And some kind of answer. Well,
Yeah.
Shrug.
Indeed. Let's talk about foreign trade in Iraq or something important.
Ain't it? Well
boy.
then.
But Kevin,
Well.
we actually have a special guest, one of our faves, in the studio with us. So what we're gonna do? We're actually gonna take a short break, and then we're gonna come right back with more Island Tea right here on WINNMedia SKN. People, stick and stay. Don't go nowhere.
Feel the magic happening.
Campari.
Taste. Something incredible happens when Campari is mixed just right. Like Campari and orange juice poured over ice. Taste it. Try it tonight. Bitter, sweeter, better. Campari. Must be 18 years and older. Drink responsibly.
Your favorite fruit has got a new skin with real juice within. Drink the real Fruta. Enjoy the real joy.
Taste the real Fruta. Enjoy the real Fruta. Refreshing juice of every day is Fruta.
Fruta, juiced right.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevin and Aslim, featuring Jade, Gwenny, Gwen Johnson. And it's time to jump into Eat Local with the St. Christopher's Children Home. Welcome and good morning.
Good morning. I can barely hear you, but I know you're there.
But he just...
Oh boy.
I was so confused when I came in the studio this morning. I was like, is nobody here?
No, man, we here. Aw.
Now I realize you guys are just fancy with the technology.
Yeah, but Kevin, we have some very special guests in the studio today. I have them introduce themselves for those listening.
Good morning. This is Naima. I think everybody already knew because my voice already opened. You know, I got a big mouth already. So I'm actually here today representing the St. Christopher Children's Home. And I'm here, actually, I'll let her introduce herself. And while we wait for Miss Kelia Huggins. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Liska. Yeah.
That's it, discuss. So I'm here with Kelia Huggins, who will be here any minute now. She's one of our newer members of the St. Kitts Nevis board, and the St. Christopher Children's Home. And I'm also here with Liska Bass, who is one of our community partners, who will be doing our next fundraiser with us, and that's what we're here to talk to you about today.
Yes.
Oh, well, that means things are happening.
Well, children always need help, so things are always happening at the children's home. I love that COVID makes us think that things are like at a rest, you know, but the needs are still the same, just the opportunities are not. So, yeah, we wish we could have a children's home walk, which everybody's very familiar with, the annual children's home walk. But of course, because of COVID, we haven't been able to have the children's home walk. Which is actually one of our major fundraisers. And that's really kind of put us in a bit of a pickle financially. We've got a little bit of assistance from the government. So that kind of helps us to pull through, but really it's a bit of a struggle for us at the children's home right now. And it's very important always that we have our doors open for children who are at risk, which the numbers, of course, are much higher now during COVID.
Of course.
So we just...
But perhaps for those who are listening who are not quite familiar with exactly, you know, what the children's home does and the important role that it plays, could you just tell us a bit about it?
Okay, well, the children's home, of course, is what people would traditionally consider an orphanage, traditionally, but really is what we call a place of safety. So it's a home that's available for children who are at risk or in urgent need of care. So maybe they're being abused in their homes, maybe they've been abandoned, maybe there's a situation with their home that they can't live there safely, and so we of course have provided the children's home. We're very old now. The children's home, very old now, but we've been providing that care since the penny scheme in the early 1900s. So I think it's now, we've celebrated over 50 years.
Wow.
So we've been at the children's home there providing that service, and we will be there for the next 50 years.
For sure.
Because there's always going to be a need for that. But I think that we take for granted the children's home, and everybody's like, oh, it's a children's home, they get lots of things, but really financially we're struggling and always kind of trying to find ways to raise money to provide the services that give our children the care that they need, the holistic care that they need.
Yeah, it's such an important service. She could have stayed here.
She could have?
But okay.
Oh, it's too late. I moved her next to me. Told me have her move next to me.
Why not? But yes, it's just such an important role that the children's home plays, and I'm really happy that you guys are here to tell people in ways they could help out.
Yeah, it's important because I think people even think the home is somehow closed or closing or that we're not bringing children. We always have room for children at the children's home. For those who don't understand the process of the children's home, you would maybe report through social services or child protection services is how we deal with children at the home. You can't just drop your children at the door. They have to really go through the court. No, you can't. You can't drop the kids at the door.
Wow, I was kind of thinking.
You were going to drop somebody?
This.
You're thinking of somebody?
Maybe I had to go with a... Don't really work that way?
No, you have to go through the system and then you would be placed in the home. It's important that we go through the process so people's children, we don't want to be like United States, they don't know whose children are where. So we have to make sure that we follow the appropriate, yes, I said it. So we have to follow the appropriate protocols. But we're really actually proud of the growth of the home and where we are now in terms of the provision of care that we have for children, the holistic care. You can't even pick out the children from the children's home from the children in their own homes in the
Right.
community anymore, which used to be a stigma attached to the home. So
Yeah.
we encourage people to move away from that stigma. And if you see a child is in need of care, please to report that to Child Protective Services, because we're very happy at the children's home to have them and to care for them and to love them.
Awesome. So what are some of the ways that people could really give? I know you guys have some stuff coming up.
We do. That's what we're here to talk about today.
So tell about it now.
Okay, I'm going to let her talk about our event, and then I'm going to actually move it over to Liska and Kelia to talk about our event, and then I will get back to other ways that we can help to raise funds with the
For
children's
sure.
home. Mhm.
Okay, so you want to take the mic? All right, so I'm Kelly Huggins, everyone, and I'm a new board member. And coming on board, it has been a tremendous experience for me. But before, I go along and talk any further about myself, let me just give you guys an insight as to our new upcoming fundraising event, and it's called the Sip and Paint. Now, it's going to take place on November 7th. I think it falls on a Thursday.
Sunday. It's a
Sunday. And it's from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And we would love for individuals out there, anyone listening right now, and those who aren't listening, just spread the word to go and get their tickets. You can get your tickets at, I think, 4th Street and Clarkson and Screw. Fashion Box on 4th Street, Clarkson Screw at Frigate Bay, and Rock Lobster at Frigate Bay as well. You can also go online to our Facebook page, and that's the St. Christopher Children's Home, and you can just click on the link and I think utilize the JAD link to pay for your ticket and just come on out and support us. We will definitely like to see you guys there. According to the pricing for the tickets are labeled for at $120 and $140. So just go to those outlets, or you can go online again at St. Christopher Children's Home on Facebook. Click the link and just buy your ticket and come on out, guys.
So sounds amazing already.
It is. It's gonna be.
But I am really interested to know exactly what to expect when I come out to this event. Like, I have not sipped and I have not painted since I was maybe 6 years old.
Sip and paint?
I have not sipped. I have not
I
sipped.
beg you must come. I'm going to this one.
Okay.
I love them.
I painted once when I was 7.
I love them too.
Yes, because it's you. You can go ahead and tell about Sip and Paint. I love Sip and Paint.
Yeah?
I love
Tell
them.
me about it.
Yes.
It seems to be the new phenomenon taking over the island. Everybody
I
wants
was
to.
out in
You need to come.
You need to do some different things. You need to do some different
You need
things.
to go
does work for me.
outside.
But,
You can sleep and paint.
Sleep and paint.
Yeah, sounds good, right?
It's not the same thing.
Tell me, Liska, what can one expect at this event coming up?
At this event coming up, you could expect to have fun. That is our main. Well, that's basically my main goal.
Mine too.
I try to create an experience. The painting come after. We enjoy the environment.
The
Yes.
environment.
The environment.
Ambiance.
The ambiance. The therapy of painting.
It's
Because it's very
It
therapeutic.
really is. That's true.
It's a guided experience. We come with an image. Well, I come with an image pre-painted. That's my image. Well, guys, this is what we're gonna attempt. Keyword.
This is our effort.
We're gonna attempt to get here at the end of the journey, and then we just progress along. It's about 2 hours, 2.5, depending on how you sip.
How you sip your wine, depending on how you sip your wine.
And your painting actually looks better the more you sip.
I'm gonna be honest. I've done a few, and I find the more I sip, the better the painting looks.
And you
I
do
can
get a
imagine.
complimentary glass of wine.
You do
once
get
you
your
purchase the
complimentary
ticket
wine.
with
Yeah.
the paint and
I
equipment.
always
Yeah.
feel like it makes you feel like you could paint. Like, won't you?
It allows the creativity to flow.
Yes,
Your
but,
arm,
and it's also
yes,
because we get so anxious, is it perfect? Is it this?
Yeah,
Is it that?
So
it
you
really
become
doesn't have
relaxed
to be.
after sipping, right? Yeah.
My goal is to create the experience of what it feels like to be an artist. We are always in our heads. That's the main thing. And
Right.
once you take, I always start off, okay, we're gonna start with a sip before we start with a brush stroke.
Ah.
Because you're all up in your head. Well,
It's all in your head.
How am I gonna do this, but I can't get And they'd be like, no, guys, come on. It's going to be fun. I'm going to show you how. And we go step by step. And they're like, oh, no, I could paint.
That's the truth.
Oh, that's how it is, though?
Yeah, you would really like this. I actually think you would be very entertaining at a paint and sip.
At the end, all of them
I think that
saying
you'd be
that
lots of
themselves.
fun. I really hope that you're going to come out to this one.
I'll see.
And for those
Sure.
who are looking and saying, oh, 140 looks like a lot for a paint and sip, it does, but it also has to remember pay for the supplies, and it is a fundraiser.
Yeah,
So really, you're
very-
coming out to
Very worthy cause as
a
well.
very worthy cause to support the home. We're really trying to move into our community partnerships, and we're very happy that Liska, of course, volunteered to be one of our first community partnerships. That we're trying to do some more projects that are experiences. Since we can't do our larger project, we're trying to create more experiences and create friends of the home and kind of make a different kind of environment of support around the young people and the home itself. So we're really grateful to all of our community partners who come out and volunteer to work with us, and so we hope that you would support them at this event, and then after our event continue to support those partners, because they are putting in the commitment to work with the communities that are vulnerable, and we really appreciate all of our partners, and especially Liska and this Sip and Paint.
Oh, for sure. Well, I guess now I have no choice. So
You should come.
Definitely. And
Just
invite a
stick
friend.
it on Jad. It's
Yeah,
easy.
yeah,
And bring
that's
a
easy,
friend.
right?
Which
That's
friend you
easy.
gonna bring?
Or friends.
Friends.
friend or friends.
Hold on,
Yes.
you have three of them.
Since
Here we go.
There's
yeah,
Kevon, hold on, there's Kevon
Yes.
and Jade.
Do you think he wants to hang out with Kevon and Jade
You
outside?
can walk with them.
I always want to hang out with Kevin and Jay.
Extras.
Kevon and Jade.
You ain't gonna put me in a trouble here today.
Kevon, you must come too with your little gang. We would love it. It would be so much fun. We're really looking forward to it. And we haven't gotten to see each other in so long.
I know.
So it'd be a really nice environment for us just to have some fun and also to raise money for, we like to call that fundraising. To have fun and to raise funds.
Indeed,
So we're very
indeed. I like
excited
that.
about that.
I like that.
I have one more thing actually I'd like to remind everybody, because shopping season's coming. I know you're just about to go online to do your duty-free shopping, because you know December is duty-free, in case the government wasn't thinking about that. I already put it out there. Right. So for December, we know you're going to start planning to order your stuff online, and we would love for you to use, when you're using Amazon, to use Smile Amazon. It's the same as Amazon, so you'll see Amazon.com. Sometimes they'll pull up, do you want to use Smile Amazon? It's the same thing, except a percentage of your purchase goes to charity. Our charity on Smile Amazon is called It's for the Children. If you go online looking for the Children's Home, you're going to be lost. You have to find it's actually registered as a U.S. charity. It's for the children. And so when you shop, just by clicking, I'm going to buy, order, you're actually giving a percentage of what you bought this Christmas to the Children's Home, and that's really appreciated. You can also find more details about that on our Facebook page.
Yes.
Right, so St. Christopher Children's Home on our Facebook page. So we encourage people also, do not shop and not think of us at the St. Christopher Children's Home.
So you see, like that right there, that's huge. Like that's huge, because people right now shopping on Amazon, like yeah. So I didn't know about this.
And now you know, and you order a lot of things because you do events. You know, you order things. Sometimes you order those big things on Amazon. We want a percentage of that.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
And even if you're out there as an organization, even Carnival Committee, queens that are out there organizing swimsuit competition, all you people out here ordering things on Amazon for your competitions and your pageantry and for Carnival, we would love you to think of us when you're ordering, especially if you're putting in those big orders. That would make a great big difference to our bottom line.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm definitely gonna add that into my process.
Yes.
Into my process when
So that's two
I'm
things
ordering
now
my
you can
Bible
do to help the
verses.
Children's Home. You're about to buy a ticket on Jad. We're going to have so much fun. We really are. So. And you're going to be shopping on Amazon. Sounds like a good plan.
For sure.
Smile.
Amazon Smile. Thank
Yes.
you, Kelia. You're good.
All right, and you guys keep referencing the Facebook page.
Yes.
Just so people know, what's the social media for the Children's Home?
Just Facebook.
Yeah, so what's the Facebook?
St. Christopher Children's
St.
Home.
Christopher Children, not St. Kitts people, St. Christopher. You understand?
St. Christopher Children's
This
Home.
thing around long time, so you know.
We're still around, so we're St. Christopher. It's we got a bougie name, so
Oh.
we're like St. Christopher.
I like it.
So it's like St. Christopher. We
I
got
like
a
it.
little elegance there. But yes, we're happy. And also, we also take donations to the children's home at any time. Please, I'm asking you, do not donate the things you do not want, right? I know people love to give their clothes, and they love to give clothes that they themselves would not wear. Please, we don't put our children out in clothes that you would not wear. So, but if you do, yes, I'm saying it out loud. Even if you have a function, sometimes after the end of the function, there's some things left over. People drop those. Sometimes people send barrels. A lot of things get sent to the home. Very easy to do. You only have to call the home, 465-4007. And we're happy to, of course, take any donations, cash, kind, time. Because we're very happy. We would love some volunteers.
Well, that's something I was going to actually ask about. I know of a few people who have been looking for ways to give back and really have a affinity and love for children. Is that something that you get? Well, obviously, you just said it.
Yeah.
People could come and volunteer and be a part of what happens at the
They
home.
can come and volunteer. We have a few programs. We have our after-school programs. We have study programs. You can come if you're strong in reading. Even if you're a community group or an individual, you can come and help one of our kids with their reading. We also encourage, we used to have a beautiful birthday program that Salisha Khan used to do for us, and she used to come and take our kids for their birthdays. So we always love if anybody would like to volunteer for any kinds of programs. Maybe you have a great idea and you would like a group to work with.
Right.
The children's home, we're very happy to do that with you, and our kids are very well mannered, we like to say.
So I must say,
welcoming.
I've had to interact with a few children at the children's home, and it's always such a pleasure to really interact with them. Like you said, very mannerly, well behaved. And I always appreciate that and I always recognize that. So kudos to everyone who's involved up there.
Thank you. Want us to shout out who's involved? I bet you don't know. People have this idea that the Children's Home Board is full of old people. The Children's Home Board is not full of old people. It is actually full of young, vibrant people who are all involved, amateur, who are all involved in their community. I'm going to let Kalia share our members with you.
Okay, big shout out to Miss Kim Taylor, and she's the chair, and I must say she has been doing a great job. We have our
that's me, vice
sorry,
chair.
here, which is Naima Hazel, yes. And then we have Nadia Rollins, Lasana Laws, Duran Merchant, myself, Kalia Huggins, Joella Gums, Sonia Daly, Corinne Small, and Luca Salo. And I don't know if I said that yet.
Yes. Lou Galasso.
Thanks.
Those are our partners at the St. Kitts Marriott.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, we used to have that walk. We're coming back with our walk. We're just waiting.
I was waiting for you to say that.
We're coming back. Don't think we're never coming back. We're coming back with our walk.
Because I remember someone mentioned it the other day, and they said, you know what, we have a really great walk, and the other day the breast cancer had theirs, and it's not that they first us or anything, but we're definitely going to be there.
We're definitely going to be doing it. Now we saw somebody else did it, we're definitely going to be doing it. But we're also happy for the events that we're having, and these smaller community partnerships are just as important to us as our walk. So we want people to come out and participate in both.
And also not forgetting, I mean, this is the one of our fundraisers, but if you really want to keep abreast with what's going on with the children's home, just go to Facebook. You can like us, you can become, I think they can add us as a friend or something like that. Just follow us and you will be up to date with whatever we have going on. Sip and Paint is just something, the first event that we have right now, but we have a lot more in store, guys. So just keep following us and you will get an idea, or you can keep abreast with whatever events are coming up.
I'm excited for some of the events that I knew that was on the table that got postponed.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Because of COVID, the lockdown and everything. So it kind of pushed us back.
There was one event in particular.
Which one?
It was the cocktail one.
Oh, we love the cocktail. We are the masters at cocktail parties over the children's home.
So that is coming up too. That is definitely going to come up eventually.
With some fashion shows, and we have some fun things. We have some ladies' night.
What? So, okay,
Yes,
so this is what needs to happen. You guys are gonna
some raffles.
You guys are gonna have to keep coming back and
not just coming back, but you definitely have to follow us on Facebook.
Oh, for sure.
If you follow us, you would know when it's going to come up, and even when we come back, you'll be ahead of us, in terms of the event. So
You know what? Let me follow it now.
There we go. And just
go.
to shout out, I'm just shouting out all the Christians out there. If you have your tithes this month, we're happy to take those too. To St. Christopher Children's Home. You can directly donate to us at, you can go on our webpage or our Facebook page, and you can directly donate to us to our bank account.
I
at
think
National
on
Bank.
the Facebook page you would find videos. So if you don't understand the process with or the difference between Amazon, or if it's the first time you've heard about it, Amazon and Amazon Smile, the Facebook has a video of it. So just go on Facebook page and you will get an idea. Don't do your Christmas shopping yet. Go visit the page first and then start shopping with Amazon
That's
Smile.
correct. That's right.
Awesome. Well, guys, I mean, it's so much stuff happening. I am already looking forward to the sip and paint.
Yeah.
And I already know that there are a lot of people listening who are willing and able and excited about partnering with you guys. So don't cut no style, people. Call the number. What's the number again?
The number is 465-4007 if you have any questions.
Or 766, same 4007.
Oh, she's so good because I'm always the one that forgets the phone number. Kim is right now sitting down like she better not forget that phone number. I always forget the phone number. I remember that event is this Sunday. It's limited seating, so you want to get your seats early. You don't want to wait to the last minute. I already have my 2 tickets. I'm excited. And I know that we're going to get some tickets over here. We'll be seeing all the Island Tea up in there. Jade, you too. You too. And so we're really looking forward to this event this Sunday, which will be at Rock Lobster, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Definitely.
All right, sweet.
I want to see your painting. Let's see. Gifts. You're an artist.
I told you the last time I painted those 7, and the feedback was not good and it scarred me, but I think I'm ready to step back.
No, Bob, you know what? I'm also not an artist. I agree. I could write beautifully, but I really can't. But when I go to paint and sip, I leave and I feel like,
Yeah, you did something amazing. Work of art, masterpiece.
Usually what happens is by the time you're done painting, everybody's like, man, I could go down by the square and sell this.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay, then even just for my self-esteem, I need to come.
Somebody's gonna be getting your painting for Christmas this year. Don't tell them.
Oh.
See, you can give it to them. Let them know it was your first paint and
There
see
we
how
go, yeah.
meaningful that is to you. Hey,
I don't see you trying to get me in trouble. Anyway.
that's how
Let
much you
them know they
care
have
about
to
them.
sip to look at it.
Oh, yeah, that's probably gonna have to be
Yes.
the caveat. But guys, it's been a real pleasure talking to you. I mean, Naima, whenever you come here, it's all vibes.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Yo.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you're gonna need to come back though.
Yes, and any of our community members will be happy to sell you a ticket to our paint and sip or any of our other events.
All right, sweet guys.
And remember,
Thank
all
you.
proceedings go towards the operations of the children's home.
Guys, you want a better cause than this.
No.
So come out, support in any way possible. Paint and sip this Sunday. Remember, just for persons who are interested, one last time, could you repeat the outlets?
Okay, that's Corks and Screw in Frigate Bay, Rock Lobster, Frigate Bay, and I think it's Fashion Box
on
on
4th
Street.
And
Awesome.
online on JAD.
Yes,
Awesome.
go to our Facebook page. You can get the link on for JAD, and you just click and you just buy the
I've
tickets.
already liked the Facebook
Okay,
page. people.
and as much as you said, for those who are interested, for those who are not interested, you could just buy a ticket and give it to someone who's interested.
Hello.
We still take that.
We'll take that too.
Well, guys, we actually ain't gonna excuse now. Yeah.
Or buy the ticket just to support.
This could be your one good deed for the year.
Your good
Yes.
deed. Help some children.
I was running Londos, but
There we go.
But guys, it's been a real pleasure again. Thank you guys so much for being a part of Island Tea this morning. I really look forward to even hearing more and seeing more about what happened this Sunday at the Paint and Sip. So thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for
You're
having
most
us.
welcome.
Everybody have a blessed week.
All right. But Kevin, well, I guess we know what the weekend looking like. I mean, ain't nothing. You don't usually sip on the weekends. No, you just got paint with it. But guys, it's been a really good show this morning. I had a lot of fun. And it's November. Just easy, so it's November reach. And remember, we're still on mission. Make it to 2022. So do your best, play your role. We stay. Kevin, anything you want to say before we bid the people adieu?
No, that's all.
All right, guys. Well, it's always a pleasure to have you guys joining us on Facebook. on YouTube or on the WINNMedia SKN's website. Also, if you listen to us on the radio, appreciate you so much. All the callers, everybody who comments, remember to do like Molly say and share the live. So we're gonna be back here tomorrow, 8 to 10. Jade says she coming tomorrow, right? I don't know. I feel like Jade just loves to play with my emotions. I feel like that's what it is. She probably at home laughing like yeah, they didn't even know what I got planned for them tomorrow. But yeah, guys, we're really looking forward to for you joining us here tomorrow again, 8 to 10, same time all week. But before we go, of course, we have to hear from the man himself, the Prosecco Papi, the Duke of Frigate Bay, the Chapstick Don, the Slim God, the Freak of Neatness himself, Fet Van. So, Kevin Hanley.
Because remember that you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. We will see you tomorrow.
Dreaming of a great career or degree? The Caribbean Examinations Council offers regionally and internationally recognized qualifications to help you get there. These include the Caribbean Certificate of Secondary Level Competence, CCSLC, the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, CSEC, the Caribbean Vocational Qualification, CVQ, Caribbean Advanced